When you and Sally first met, you'd been together for literally a week or so, really short space of time, and you were sitting watching the telly, and Shayne Ward came on and performed on the TV. What happened then?
We were actually just discussing how he looked, and Sally at the time said how she liked how he looked, his stubble, his hair, blah, blah. And I just sat, and it's like how I would turn around and say, oh, I love your hair. I'd like your dress. Oh, I'd like to be like that figure. And that's how it's coming across. So obviously I then looked at him and I said, you want to be a man, don't you? And like he didn't know where to look, because obviously he didn't know what sort of reaction he'd get back if he said yes.
Were you the first person who'd said that?
Yes. Yeah. Because he's always kept it inside. He's never told anybody. Nobody's ever clicked, which I'm quite surprised at, because it's obvious.
So did you not have an inkling? Sorry, Karen.
So he had feelings before he saw the video that he felt that maybe he was in the wrong body?
Yeah, he's always known from a very young age. But obviously, because it's not out there like it is today, it's not something he understood. He just thought, oh, I just must be gay, I must be a lesbian. So that's how he's lived his life until, obviously, he saw what he saw, and I actually asked him the question.
And relationships are tricky enough, but you're 1 week in.
Yeah. And
this happens. I don't know if they've ever done any research into this, but statistically, I would imagine the likelihood of a relationship lasting past that revelation would be quite small.
Yes, it is.
So what made you stick at it?
Because I love Shay for Shay. I love Sally for Sally. I love Shay for Shay. So whether still Sally or whether Shay, it's my love.
Yeah.
My heart.
What was your first reaction when you realised your girlfriend wanted to be a man?
Oh, I was fine.
You were fine with it?
Yeah, as long as she, to become he, was happy. Whatever makes him happy makes me happy, so, yeah.
We've sort of said throughout the show today that obviously it was seeing Shayne Ward that prompted you to think, that's what I want to look like. Is that how that moment was for you?
Yeah, I've always felt I wanted to be a man.
Yeah.
But Shayne, I liked the way his hair was, I liked the way his stubble was, I liked the way he portrayed himself. And I just admired him and thought he was a great bloke, and that's not attraction, it was more admiration, really.
Yeah.
When you say always, looking back now, when do you think you first really, really knew in your own mind that that was what you wanted to do?
Right from an early age. But I didn't understand why I felt different. Up until probably the last few years, it's more probably worldwide now, but I didn't actually understand what I was feeling. So nobody knew. I kept everything to myself. It was only Ju that actually saw through me, to be fair.
And were you worried about Julie's reaction when you told her?
Of course not. Well, I didn't actually tell her. She kind of asked me. And I just looked out the window because, to be fair, I didn't know what was going to happen. It was only a week into the relationship. She could have gone one way or the other. So
admitting it to her was like admitting it to yourself properly for the first time.
Out in the open, yes.
And that is a big thing to admit to after a week, isn't it?
Oh, it's massive. She could have done a runner. But luckily for me, I mean, she's been my rock. She's been there right from day one, all the way through. So
you
amazing,
were the
amazing.
This amazing thing. You were meant to happen, weren't you? You were meant to meet.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. She is amazing.
How long has it taken you from that moment where you've decided, I'm going to do this. This isn't just something that I've kept inside me. I'm actually going to make this change, to get to where you are now? How long has that taken?
We actually went to see the consultant in 2011. You do have a couple of years, to be fair, backwards and forwards to the doctors, really, to kind of find out whether this is what you want. It's not something you're just going to click your fingers and they're going to do.
That's the right thing to do, isn't it? Really?
It is definitely looking at it now, but for me at the time, once I want it now, there and then, and it doesn't happen there and then. So I actually was really lucky. I started my testosterone injections in 2014, and now complete. My last operation was this January.
And can I ask, because people at home will be wondering, and obviously it's daytime television, so we don't want to go into too much detail, but physically, are you now completely a man?
Yeah, everything, top to toe. And it all works.
Wow. Well, that's good.
No, amazing.
Again, obviously, in a daytime television answer, How difficult is that for you? Because obviously you met Sally and you're attracted to Sally. How does that work then, your love changing to be in love with a man in a physical way rather than a woman?
Because I was attracted to Sally for Sally, not for what's down there. The person, the inside. It had nothing. So whether male or female, I'd still be...
Yeah.
To be fair, I've always felt the same. So all that's actually changed for me is the exterior. And somebody once said to me that if I had had a car accident and my exterior was different, why should I be treated any different? I still feel the same.
Yeah.
It's just now it shows on the outside.